What's going on, NBA, YouTube world? Let's talk about the rising of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Man, were we wrong? No, I wasn't wrong. No, I had put out there that if the Timberwolves can beat the Nuggets, I thought they was going to the NBA Finals. I was wrong. They didn't go to the NBA Finals, but the progression of the Timberwolves is something I enjoy. Right? Shout out to your franchise player Anthony Edwards. He just turned 23. You gotta smile for that. If you ain't happy about that, you don't like basketball. Let's just be honest here. You don't like basketball. The Timberwolves did something that a lot of people didn't think they could do is get that far into the conference finals, all the way to the conference finals. I was very surprised. The fact that how they dominated the Suns like that, then turn around and did what they did against the Nuggets. We here. Oh, we here. Bet. And then finally, finally, they got to the conference finals. And Anthony Edwards, he was saying, they wasn't actually prepared to make it to the conference finals. And a lot of people was trying to give him slack for that, but I was like, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. Maybe they thought they was gonna be a second round out potentially. The atmosphere is different the deeper you get into the playoffs. So the nerves get up higher, the mistakes become more visible to the eyes and stuff like that. It makes completely sense. I'm not even gonna fault them for that. I understand perfectly. I'm glad I got that far. I'm definitely glad they got that far. It gives them more development. I also feel as though that I also feel as though the next stage for them is the NBA Finals. I'm gonna switch over to headphones. Hopefully that's fine. I didn't realize I didn't have my headphones in. I'm up here just talking like normal, like crazy headphones in. But I think that's the next step. The next step is the NBA Finals, right? They got to be to what they were, and I don't think they will. Hopefully they don't. Hopefully they don't. I don't think they will though. I don't think they will. I think they're good. I think they set themselves to a nice future. They also in the NBA draft, the fact they was able to actually pick up a player that a lot of people were surprised they was able to pick. I forgot exactly who they. I'm sorry, I forgot exactly who it was. It's been a little minute. I supposed to have recorded these a while ago, but you know me, I'm professional. When you're unprofessional, you just do what you want to do. But the fact they was able to pick up a young point guard to add to their rotation, that with Mike Conley still there, and Mike Conley getting older, he's going to be able to develop behind him. Robert Dillingham. I apologize, Robert Dillingham. No disrespect. I just forgot that's what they got. You got that. You pay your players. Everybody's going to take the next step up. Going to the next year, I'm just staring at their roster. Take up the next step up. As long as they stay healthy, I think they'll be good to go. I think they'd be good to go. Granted, the one of the problems I thought they would have had would be a backup would be the point guard position, but now they got Robert Dillingham, so now I don't feel like that's going to be an issue. Now I think he's going to be able to study behind Mike Conley. I think he'll be able to learn a lot from Mike Conley and pick up what Mike Conley would be leaving off when Mike Conley decides to hang it up or Mike Conley decides to leave the team. I think this is perfect. I think now Anthony Edwards takes that MVP step. I think with him playing in the Olympics right now, he's playing in the Olympics. With him playing in the Olympics right now, with him getting better as a player, and the ceiling is so much higher for him. We saw what he was doing already, and this is before he's doing all this. My man's is just continue rising. I made a whole video about him and Pablo Baquero that Anthony Edwards has set himself to be a star player. That he's like, this is a cool little room with all these star players, but I'm trying to get to the superstar level. And I think he takes that next step. I think his defense gets better. I think his playmaker gets better. I think his scoring increases a little bit more. And I think he's going to continue having his team as a top three team in the West. If he does all of that, what's stopping him from getting the MVP? The media is already in love with him. The fan bases are building up. He has a perfect number. He has a perfect number two to an extent in Karl-Anthony Towns, who stepped it up big time in the playoffs this past season. He has the defensive player of the year down low in Rudy Gobert. He has a guy next to him on the wing in Jaden McDaniels that can also pick up the defensive side whenever need to. You have a veteran point guard in Mike Conley. You have a rookie behind him and Robert Dillingham that's going to come in and do some work. You have a 6 man of the year, and Naz Reid coming off the bench to continue having the team rolling. The team looks good. Hopefully they don't digress. So you see the steps. They took the step. Let's keep it pushing. Hopefully they don't just pull back. That'd be the worst thing for them. Worst now they should just be pushing. Their eyes should be set. Conference finals minimal. Conference finals minimal. Finals is the goal. Conference finals minimal. And the way the West is looking, I mean, look at the top three teams in the West. T Wolves, Thunder, Nuggets. You handled the Nuggets already. The Thunder is going to be a different conversation. We'll see that if it happens, it happens. But that's a different conversation. But you handle the Nuggets, and I think the Nuggets. I don't think they adjust a lot of things. I think people are just going to say they need to get healthy. The Timberwolves just stay healthy, continue the course that they're continuing. I think they're good to go, man. I think they're good to go. I think they have all the pieces in the world to continue to develop and make a finals appearance. I think the fact that this is the first Timberwolves team to make the conference finals since KG back in 04, that says a lot. That says a lot about this team. But I'm definitely enjoying this team. I think this team's going to continue to get better. I think this team is awesome. I think this team is great. I think Anthony Edwards takes the MVP step next year. I think he finishes top 5 in MVP next year. I think Karl-Anthony Towns might take another increase defensively next year. Not saying he's going to be all defensive, just another step. That's all. Just another step. I think Rudy Gobert still going to be great defensively. I think Nas Reed continue to do what he does. I think Robert Dillingham has a really underrated, solid rookie season coming in. I think this team is good to go. I think this team moving forward, I think this team is good to go. I don't see anything bad happening to this team outside of injuries. Outside of injuries, I don't see why this team couldn't get back to the conference finals again. Now, it also depends on matchups and who they might go against. If they go against the Nuggets for the third time, that might be a little war. And we'll see if I think they're war tested. I think they're battle tested, playoff tested. I think they have everything they need to continue to develop and get to the conference finals. To the NBA finals. If I had to say one thing they will probably need, I think maybe another guy off the bench that can get the buckets also outside of Naz Reid himself, like a guard or a small forward or something like that can also help out in that scoring aspect. Now, outside of that, I think they're good to go. I think we'll be sitting at, I think at some point throughout the rest of the 2020s, whether that's next year in 25 or 26, 27, 28, or even 29, the next 5 seasons, we should be seeing the Timberwolves in the NBA Finals. I'll be surprised if they don't make the finals, healthy-wise and stuff, unless there's chemistry issues, unless something else happened. I don't see why this team can't make it to at least a single NBA Finals within this decade. If not, you wasted a career. But I think it's coming. But what y'all think, Timberwolves fan? I know you gotta love your team. Your team is rising. Your team looks good. Has to be excited to be a Timberwolves team. Timberwolves fan. If you're not, alrighty, that's a choice. But y'all hit the like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next team.